a Democratic congressman. I've had him on the show. I like him a lot. Seth Moulton from Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
He got a lot of attention at the end of the last election cycle because he was talking about the Democrats and they got their ass kicked in the election and so forth. And he said, they were talking about the trans issue. And he said, look, I don't want my 12-year-old daughter to be on the soccer field and be run over by someone who's identifying as a man, as a woman, but is really a boy. I don't want my daughter being run over. And a lot of people applauded him for that. I mean, we saw in the Olympics born a man, now fighting as a woman, boxer, just beat the dog shit out of a woman, the other boxer.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were disturbed by that. It's very disturbing to watch because it's a man beating the shit out of a woman. I'm just saying there's stuff inside the bubble that could be bad too.
Okay, well, what I would say to that, because I don't, first of all, if you're talking about a 12-year-old,
you want your daughter run over.
No,
I'm kidding.
That's prepubescent, and a boy who identifies as a girl and, for all intents and purposes is a girl, is not going to, have the, if you're talking about, like late teens, like after puberty.
He said, I think 12 was when he was talking about.
Yeah, that's prepubescent, right?
I know, but like
the difference between a boy and a girl is minimal at prepubescent, and
I think
it's true.
I think you could find some
physically.
I don't think physically.
Look it up, Bill. Look up. You're talking about.
First of all, I remember being 12. There's some big 12-year-old boys.
There's some big 12-year-old girls. There are.
Why can't you just say it's true? This is what's wrong with that, with the loony left. They just die on hills that are unnecessary to die on. I mean, 12-year-old boys, I get what this guy was saying. He's a Democrat.
Well, I would say the same thing to him. I don't give a shit whether he's Democrat or Republican or Libertarian or Independent or whatever the fuck. The idea of 12-year-olds.
Okay, what about the other one, Olympics?
I don't know the boxing story or situation.
Didn't get in the bubble.
Yeah, that's fine. But now you can edify me. You can tell me. So was this? So it was a man. When did they transition? Did they take puberty blockers and all that?
It's a little murky. If you read it up on it, it would be like they have their side of the story about why technically, you know what, I can't recreate it. To a lot of people, it just came off as somebody who looked like a dude and punched like a dude beating up a woman. There may be a technical reason why this was a little different. I
don't know. But there is physical differences between a person's body once testosterone kicks in, right? There's testosterone is what puberty.
Yes.
So I don't know but
they also have bigger muscle mass and just bigger.
If they have testosterone and they haven't
even before that.
No.
Okay. Well,
no, that's not true. The disparity between and there are bigger kids and there are bigger boys and there are also bigger girls. I've seen girls, trans not being a thing. I've seen girls kick the shit out of boys. It's about the individual person, right? Is it not? Do you remember third grade?
Third grade, I remember it, but I also remember that he said 12. And 12
okay, so what,
first
or sixth?
12,
I don't know.
I think kids reach puberty a lot earlier than they used to. I'm not sure why that is, but I've read articles about that they don't know. Maybe it's that we give them too much meat, or something's in the meat, or I don't. They have lots of theories about it. What they see, what it could be psychological because they see so many things, images that we didn't when we were kids.
You think so?
I think it's certainly possible. It certainly
I
has
think it
to
would
be
probably
one
be
of the.
more about like shit in our food and.
You don't think something that enters your mind?
I don't know.
No, but it's not a
well,
ridiculous premise.
I didn't say it was.
No, no. I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying it's not.
I'm not saying you said I didn't.
I'm just saying.
All right.
People selling people to people. That's what I'm saying. No,
I don't. So you're. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but are you? Where do you stand on trans?
At the reasonable place where, of course, it's a real thing, and of course they should be protected and respected, but there is a default setting for humans. I don't think where America is now, we're an outlier country. We don't do anything like the only people in the world who do this anymore, and I'm talking about not notifying parents in some places, letting kids self-diagnose at early ages, and then doing actual surgery, puberty block, things that are absolutely irreversible. That's just something only the
Are puberty blockers irreversible?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's something only the Democratic Party believes in anymore.
I believe just.
Just the idea of puberty blockers, of anything. Look, my health always comes first. The idea of
this is the tequila, right?
Yes.
I'm not trying to be funny.
Boy, if he's going to start on this, I'm going to need another drink. But the idea of reversing anything in my body or blocking anything, I'm old enough to know now. I've learned through different things, like a lot of health comes down to keeping all the pipes clear in every way. When things are blocked or reversed, or you use any kind of drug that maybe has a beneficial effect, but it also is going to block something or have some side effect that reverses how your body naturally wants to work, it's always going to be a problem. That's why I recommend my piss tube. Okay? You merely lie in bed and put your dick in it. You don't have to get up.
At this point, we're probably getting fairly close to being able to look at examples of adults that had, puberty blockers when they were younger, right? And find out if medically, in the same way, 30 years ago, people said, "Oh, two gay dads is going to ruin it."
That's not completely true because not everything.
No, I guess I'm saying we've probably getting close to whoever the first kids were that had that becoming.
Yeah, but
adults.
I know you're saying that, and what I'm saying is you can't really say what the effect is 30 years later because you don't know when somebody gets cancer. Nobody says to you, except if it's lung cancer, did you smoke? Yeah, there's an obvious one. Other than that, it's just, we don't know why you got it. And they don't know why. Something went wrong in the body. And what caused that? What were the factors?
So you're saying you don't know?
Well, we're saying we don't know.
We don't know.
Could having puberty blockers 30 years ago be part of that? What your body was doing to compensate for that? I mean, I had Accutane acne medicine in the 90s. Could that, if I got cancer tomorrow, would that possibly be a factor from some? Yes, possibly.
So it sounds like you're just making my point, because if a puberty blocker is just like Accutane or
not good
cereal,
it's never going to be a good.
Okay, so are we going to get rid of Accutane? Are we going to get, because it might be bad?
Well, you certainly should give the patient the information to say, here's what.
We don't have the information, though.
Oh, well, that's even worse. I mean.
But we don't have the information for a lot of things.
But generally, what I do know, we may not have specific information, is that when you do something like block what your body's natural hormones are raging to do, that just intuitively tells me not a great health result in the future. You really don't see it that way?
Well, I'll go back to what I said. We should be approaching the time when we can really look at this and get more of a definitive answer, whether it does affect people. Because I know trans...
And in the meantime, just keep doing it.